Morning YouTube, this is Earl from Virginia, and it's been a while since I've done a vid, so I'm getting really antsy to go metal detecting, but I got some boxes that have been sitting around I haven't got in display cases yet, and I thought I'd show a few things, share with you guys. First off, sorry, apologize for that. First off, I got some items. One of my favorite sites I got into, it's up in Fisher's Hill up near Strasburg, Virginia. Got lucky to hunt a site for about 3 months. Short term, the gentleman no longer lives there, but it's power line cut, and I think it was near the 19th Corps in the early morning. As a staging area for the 19th Corps in the Fisher's Hill battle. And a few of the items I got lucky to dig was this infill butt plate brass that looked like heck for the rest of the gun. Never did find it. Still has the screws for the butt stock. It's a nice butt plate. In the same general area this piece came out of it, I do believe it may be a gun part in some fashion, but what exactly it is, I'm not sure. If anybody knows what this is, go ahead and leave a comment. It's made of heavy cast brass, and it was probably within 30 yards of the rifle. I ain't too sure it goes to this rifle, but I'm pretty sure it might be up on muzzle end, might be a decorative piece or something that goes on a musket. But also in the same area, this place had a mix of trash mixed in, but believe it or not, this is actually only a skin off a US plate. When it was found, it was actually folded out, so that all you see was this back, and it was folded in half. So I've opened it up. What was cool about it was right in the mix of about 30 or 40 beer cans. This thing was literally laying just on top of the ground. Kept looking at it. We were sitting there, stopped. It was a hot day, and drinking a drink, and kept looking at this thing. And from a distance, I thought I seen a U, and I said, "What the heck is that?" And I picked it up. Sure enough, when I looked at it, it was a U.S. plate. The skin of their one. It's pretty cool. But also from the same site, it came this beautiful breastplate. I have done nothing to clean this, but just take a light toothbrush and brush it off. It's a beautiful little plate. Of course, the attachment hooks are missing. It's a U.S. breastplate. No markings on the back that I could tell. A small ding in the corner, a little crack there, but this is I like it. It's one of my nicest plates. Also from the same area, I'll take this apart, but I'd rather not do it right now. But this is actually half of a silver writing pencil. It was also in the same area. There were some very shallow trenches there where I think they started making some rifle trenches. They were staged there, I believe, from about 3 in the morning to almost the afternoon. So they were probably cleaning their guns. There was a lot of drops in here, a lot of drop bullets, and mainly Spencer's 58s. A few Gardners are mixed in. One really cool surprise that came out of that site, I don't know if this is focused or not, but this North Carolina button. It's one of my sweetest CS buttons I got. This is a very nice button. Oops. Unfortunately, the eye off the back's missing, but very good shape. Very nice detail. North Carolina. Along with that, some tin back underwear buttons were in the same area as the North Carolina. But over where the butt plate was found, I don't know if this is going to show up on film or not, just decorative civilian style one-piece button, tomback style button. It's got a slight dome to it. It was pretty cool. It was found the same area as the butt plate. Some of the other stuff that came from there, pretty cool car 58. I take it it's car. This side looks like it was split in two. It's got me kind of squirrely at the same time. It looks like it might have been fired at one time, so I don't know if it got picked up and then cut, or if it was cut. I doubt very seriously that this split occurred from being fired, but it's just way too clean on this side, way too clean on that side. It looks like it was actually split open with a knife. That's pretty cool. quartz in the midst. I know a lot of you diggers, you know Spencer casings. We got a ton of them in this particular area. I found multiple Spencers. Another button back. That's an eagle button, just the back. Nice Williams cleaner bullet. Also from this area, dug a few Gardners. The landowner, I gave him a few. He was actually the one that first metered this plate. He got a signal. Said, I got a signal over here, and kind of left alone. But in trade, he just said, all I want is a few of them bullets. So trading the about 3 or 4 Gardner bullets for the plate. And a lot of you guys fight over plug inserts on the Gardners and not. Here's one that was it was fired. I don't know if this is going to show up on the field or not, but if you look closely right here at the edge, I never believed in the inserts, but until I look at this one definitely truly looks like it had an insert installed in it for the paper cartridge. A lot of guys say there was flanged, the flange is pulled over, and then others say there was inserts. I never believed in the inserts, but after finding this one, I might believe there is inserts in the Gardners. Basically a whole lot of, I'm not going to pull all these out. Basically it's a typical 58 caliber. And that's a whole lot of, most of what was found from this site. This box here, the butt plate, the US skin, I believe, which is gun part, North Carolina button, some underwear buttons, writing pencil, civilian style button, and eagle breastplate. I'm going to move on to some other things. Right here where I live, the other winter we had a bad snowstorm. The snowplow came through the alley, hit the bank. Nothing major, but it's a nice panel bottom bottle. My area was supposedly a field hospital. Of course, it's in Winchester, and I'm in a near downtown area, so it was also occupied by the north and the south. But this one came basically right out of my backyard. Thought it was pretty cool. Last winter came out of my garage, right there at the edge of my garage. It doesn't look like much, but this is actually the casing off of a Burnside bullet. Of course, as most casings you find, it's smashed flat. It should look like almost like an ice cream cone. You have a dimple in the bottom, which is where your powder fires, and then your bullet would have been up here. This is found in my backyard. A really hard, flattened canteen top. Lead pewter mix. Pretty cool. Some kind of ornate cap, brass cap. That's probably post-war. That's probably more like 1900s, I figure. And your typical lead blob. And of course, miscellaneous blueware and pottery ware I found in the yard. And I also did get lucky right at the edge of my driveway, going in my back porch, found a Gardner bullet, and that was pretty cool. Some other stuff locally down by our Target, or not Target, I'm sorry, down there about a mile from my house. I dug up a field, got an opportunity, got a nice little bale tag out of it. It was right near a railroad line. That's a lead steel railroad tag. A couple Spencer bullets, and a little bit of pottery ware. Nothing major. Along with that, hey Paul, you might like this one. Remember that arm you found? Well, here's a big old leg. Got that leg, and got that leg. And they're pretty cool. Porcelain, I guess they're made out of clay, porcelain, I'm not sure what they are. Also, these are actually from the town run here in the local park. I can't really tell, but both of these are some type. The one on the right, I'm sorry, the one on the right's definitely mother of pearl. I think it's some type of mother of pearl, but a little bit darker in color. And pretty cool, ornate. Looks like some type of porcelain button. I'm not even sure what period. Had an attachment on the back. This thing's not focusing very well. Had some kind of attachment. I'm not sure what it was, but pretty cool ornate piece. And your typical, another sight locally, some 58s. This one here, this 58's actually, it's been fired as you can tell. But if you look at it sideways, it's got the machine grooves in them where they're flipping up a little bit. And then your regular 58, it's pretty much just straight line grooves. And another sight, I went to a friend down near Leesburg. Didn't have much in there, but I did find a Spencer bullet, and there's part of that brass casing I showed you earlier off of Spencer. Spencers are quite common here in town. My daughter, she loves climbing in the creeks with me, and then downtown runs. She got lucky and found this little glass bottle. It's probably turn of the century, around 1915 or so. Nothing important. It's just it's tagged on the bottom, Atlanta, Georgia. It's always cool. Glassware is cool. Got another site about 4 blocks from me where they did some work. It was an old historic site. My daughter did pull out this really nifty. She goes, "Look, Dad, I see some blue. There's a bottle." And then it's a black dye out of Baltimore, Maryland. It's about a 5-inch bottle. Big old lip, cork top. It's not the prettiest one, but actually looking online, it's right in line with most of the bottles this period. This is around, I think, dated around 1915 as well. Pretty cool. She got a real thrill out of digging that one. And yesterday morning, Sunday morning actually, believe it or not, stopped on the way home from a little site, log cabin. They're putting in a new water line. My daughter and I go hunting there once in a while. Got this cool little cowbone and horsehair toothbrush in. Nice old clay marble. And did pop out the typical aqua blue porcelain button and a typical 4-hole clear white button. That was kind of cool. Same site where this bottle got pulled out. Nice old top lip. Of course the bottle's not there, but it's almost like a little medicine bottle. Cork top as well. Of course my daughter, she's a pottery fanatic, so some of her pottery ware is part of a vase or bowl. And then out of there too, couple 4-holers. Focus, man, focus. 1 mother of pearl, 3 porcelain white buttons. Typical junk hunter type stuff. My daughter gets a thrill out of it, and I definitely get a thrill out of it. Here's another Civil War site locally out near Millbrook High School. Got the dig for 1 day only. A couple cool little things out of it. This is a, looks like silver, but it's not. I'm pretty sure it's pewter. But this is one hunker of a flat button. I wish that thing had been whole, because of course the eye is broken off. Let's get the spun back on it. This thing's about $half size, maybe more. It's a beautiful button. It's got no decorations or anything, but it's a beautiful tom back. I'd love to have that thing whole. Also out of that same place, I got this crazy little thing. Not sure what it was for. If anybody knows what that is, give me an idea. It's a brass top. Little hook. So figured it did something like that. Not sure what it is. Don't have a clue. It does have, camera's not gonna do it because my lighting's off a little bit. But there is some threads on the inside, so it's screwed onto something. So I'm not sure exactly what that was. Typical bullets, some buckshot, nothing great. Big old 58 caliber round ball, and your typical around here, typical Spencer bullets. And the bottom part, what we call the butt off of Spencer casings, just the bottom end. The powder, if they dropped hole, the powder in are just corrosive as heck, and usually there's not too much left of the casings, but we get a lot of these, what we call the butts. And did get a Williams cleaner out of there. And I got one last bottle. Hang on one second. This is some of my daughter's stuff. We go hunting, actually right by our school there's a cemetery. There was some Civil War activity there, an old house site in there. So, hey Paul, look, marbles. I did get lucky and pretty beat up and ratty, but a clear marble. Nice old porcelain 4-holer. Typical pottery flags. This in here is a oyster shell. We get a ton of oyster shells from out here back in the early 1800s. My daughter picked this one up. She says, look, there's an Indian arrowhead point. It does kind of look like it. It's a cool little rock. She likes rocks too, so she collected a little rock. Nothing special. And then somewhere in the midst of there, right next to a graveyard of all things, got a bone. Kind of looks like a finger knuckle or a section off a finger. I'm not sure what it is. Don't usually get bones, but she had to have this one, so we got it. So that's pretty much it till I get out metal detecting. I will say trees are starting to bloom around here, and we got a beautiful day out today. Thought I'd give you a shot at my Jeepster. I do like my Jeepster, my canoe. Got my daughter's birdhouse hung out. She painted it up last winter, and we got it hung up. Been getting a lot of birds here lately. Like I said, the trees are starting to bloom. There's my dogwoods. Still getting cold nights. 31 degrees yesterday morning. And just thought I'd say hi. Still making videos. Just hasn't been a while. Been working like crazy. And this is Earl from Virginia. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.